Welcome everybody to our third lesson. In this lesson, we'll be learning CSS. CSS, along with HTML and JavaScript, constitute the core of everything. Without CSS, JavaScript, or HTML, there would be nothing at all. You would not be watching videos on YouTube. We would not be reading news on the internet. No Telegram, no Instagram, nothing at all. Everything is about CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. So let's get into this. Let's get right into it. A combination of two keys, Windows plus R, command prompt. We have two command line interfaces on Windows, command prompt and Windows PowerShell. For now we are working with command prompt, so let's change the disk. Let's see the contents. As you can see, I have deleted a lot of folders because there were too many on my computer. The name of our folder is IT Simpleton, and this is also the name of my YouTube channel. Let's go cd change directory. Let's go inside this folder. Let's see the contents. dir to see the contents of the web page. If you haven't seen the previous two videos, please watch them. We have created three files: about.html, commands.html, and home.html. It means that for now our website consists of just three pages. Now let's create one more HTML page, one more page to our website. How do we create files? It's echo greater than, and what do we call learn CSS, and the extension of this file is HTML. The file has been created. We can check. There, see, now there were three, now there are four. How do we edit files? We edit files in any text editor. Of course, we could do this with Visual Studio Code. Learn CSS HTML. Of course, but I'm not using. For now, I'm not using Visual Studio Code deliberately. For you to see that we can do this with simple tools. We don't have to use fancy tools to work with websites. Of course, nowadays in Visual Studio Code there are a lot of different features that help us speed up our work considerably. AI is now integrated into Visual Studio Code, and it's really helpful. You start writing something and then AI finishes it for you. So it's amazing, but I don't want this to happen. I don't want AI to help us. Of course, in the future lessons, we will be using all these tools, but for now, let's not try to do this. Let's just use some simple notepad. Let's open this page in Notepad. I have home here already. At our previous lesson, I forgot to put an exclamation mark here. It's not a very bad mistake because you see, I used to remember everything very well, but since a lot of people prefer to use, and I'm one of them, AI for assistance. You know, people tend to forget things, but I'm doing everything from memory. But it's not very important actually. It's not very important. Control S. So now let's copy everything here from this. Is Control C. To copy is a combination of two keys, Control and C. Now let's delete echo is on here. Control V. Now let's change the name of the title of the page. Let it be "We learn CSS." And here learning CSS is important. H1, and let's create a paragraph. I hope that I will understand everything. Something like this. It's not important what to type here. Just remember that it's an opening tag and this is a closing tag. So CSS, how do we give colors to our websites? It's not very hard. We need to type here style is our attribute, then equal sign, then quotation marks, and here background. Background is the color of the background of our element. P is our element here, paragraph, and the color will be yellow, right? I think yellow is okay. Here semicolon, and now we need to specify the color of the text. So I hope that I will understand everything. The color of the text will be maybe blue, Control S, and now it should be, the background should be yellow, and the color of the text, I hope that I will understand everything, should be yellow. Let's see. Learn CSS HTML. Yes. It works. Our website is even better now. And now let's add one more property. It's height, and the height of our paragraph element will be, let's say, 50 pixels. Refresh the page. See? Now it's bigger. And now let's specify the width of this element. And the width will be 300 pixels. It works. I still remember, although AI has been doing mostly everything for me, I still remember, and it's amazing. I thought that I forgot everything, but looks like I still remember. Now let's do the same here. H1 style, spaces are not important here actually. So background will be green this time. Green, semicolon, and the color of the text will be, let it be red. background green, and everything is enclosed in quotation marks. Let's check. Looks like everything is correct. It works. Now let's specify. Let's specify here the height. The height is okay. Width. The width will be at 400 pixels. Refresh, and as you can see, it's working. But it's not a very good practice of doing this here inside elements. There is a better practice, and then at the end of our lesson I will show you the best practice. Here below title we type script. Closing and opening tag. Closing tag. Here, of course, / is very important. Never forget to put / here. And now between these two, we need to okay, let's create one more paragraph and assign ID to this paragraph, and the ID will be here line, just line, and here this is my line, for example. I don't know, it can be anything. This is my line. So we specified we gave an ID line to this paragraph element. And now here we need to type hash and the name of our element. The ID is line. It's usually, of course, if it was a better editor, it would be somewhere here, but let's press tab. And here background will be yellow, and the color of the text will be purple. And now figure bracket, script, let's check, and it's working. I think it should work. Let's refresh. No, it's not working. Let's understand where the problem is. Background line, ID line, this is my line. Script. Oh, sorry, it's not script, it's style. Of course, style. We use script when we when we work with JavaScript. Of course, it's style, it's not script. Yeah, sometimes it happens, you know, like I said, AI does everything for us, and this is why the new generation doesn't understand anything at all. They go to a job interview and they know nothing. And I don't know what we are coming to. People stopped understanding code, and it's awful, I think. It's awful. But maybe we don't need to understand code anymore. Our society is always evolving, and maybe it's part of our evolution. Okay, now let's create a new element called button. This element is very, very important. We'll be working with buttons a lot in our future lessons. We'll click the button, a button, right? And something will happen. it will respond to certain actions. Let's type here. Let's type click me here button. Let's see, click. For now it does nothing at all, but very soon our buttons will start working. We'll connect databases. We'll be using, like I said, lots of different tools. But one more time, the main goal of our course is not to become super developers. This knowledge that you will acquire during this course will be more than enough, more than sufficient to get started in IT, to start working as a junior developer, for example. Or the final core goal is, if you understand a lot more, if you understand all these tools that we will learn later, like Terraform, Docker, you can be a DevOps engineer. So actually it's up to you to decide who to be, who to work as. And now let's give this button an ID of my button. And here below line button and background. The background will be red this time. Red, and the color will be of the text will be green. So this click me should be green and the background will be red. Sorry, the ID is my button, right? My button. Control S. It works. But there is a better practice. We can create a CSS file and connect this CSS file to this HTML page. This is the best practice. Let's try to do this. So here I suggest that we need to learn to put everything in folders, so it will be easier to find something. So our folders are not messy. Let's create a directory CSS there, and as you can see, this directory has been created. And now we can go inside this directory to create a CSS styles.css. The name of our CSS file will be styles.css. We can do it, or we can do it like here. Just watch, echo, and now the name of our folder, CSS, and then inside this folder we want to create styles CSS. We can now check, and now we can check by typing this. So we are inside IT simpleton folder, but we want to see the contents of the CSS folder, styles, like this, yeah, and style CSS. Or we can specify the full path. To specify the full path, we do this. Casing is not important here. CSS is the same, no difference. So now let's edit this notepad, and now without going into this folder again, we can go inside this folder and open styles CSS inside this CSS folder, or we can do this outside this folder, but for this we need to specify the name of the folder, or we can specify the full path. Styles CSS. Let's delete. And here let's add, no, first let's add a new element. Let's add one more button here, button, and the idea of this button, like I said, it doesn't matter if we have spaces here or not. Let's not have them. So button ID is, let it be your button. I already have a button, so now you will have a button as well. I'm joking, of course. Yeah, and this time not click me but press me, for example. It doesn't matter what you type. And your button, and now we need to specify this now inside this style CSS. Your button. Tab, and background will be green, and the color of the text will be red, and also let's add a height property. Height will be 40, no, 70 pixels, right? Actually we need, it's not important, but we can add space. And width, the width will be 90 pixels. And now we need to connect this style CSS here. So what do we do? The best practice is to put it above styles, because the importance will be given to what goes after, to what goes later. Yeah. Link, as you might remember, link is what connects pages. Link, and now we need to type rel style sheet, or style sheet, I don't remember. Okay, and then ref. We did ref, yeah, when we specified links. Yes, but this time without a. Without a. Ref, and the name of our CSS file, it's styles, quotation marks, CSS. And let's, I don't remember, styles sheet or style sheet. If it works, then it's style sheet. Press me. For now it doesn't work, so let's, sorry, we did this inside another folder, CSS folder, so we need to do it like this then. Understand? Or we can specify the full path from the very G drive. G, yeah, but I think, but right now we are inside IT Simpleton folder, and our styles.css is inside CSS. And as you can see, it works. So today we learned how to work with CSS. Congratulations. Now you know a lot more. And like I said, there are so many more things to learn about CSS, so many more, but it's not our goal. We'll be focusing more on JavaScript, a lot more, because CSS, nobody takes CSS seriously, because really everything is done by AI. But of course, in the future lessons, we'll be giving a lot more importance to CSS, to JavaScript, to Python, to everything, because our website will get better and better and better. And practice makes perfect. I hate theory. I like practice, because practice is everything and theory is nothing. Okay, I hope that it was useful. See you tomorrow. Bye.